I had just finished my spiel on why it was dumb that they named Netflix Quickster and all that stuff, and then the last thing I heard was Russ say 2 words, and that was it. So, Russ, why don't you give your retort of what the heck you think about that?
Well, I was saying that I too think that it's just crazy that Netflix did this after they built up their brand, and they're saying that it's going to be 2 distinct websites now. You're not going to. The Netflix site's only going to be for your online streaming queue, and you'll have to go to the Quickster site to build up your DVD queue. And they won't talk to each other. So right now, it's beautiful how it works, how the queues, you can build the queues up, and if something that you have on DVD becomes available on streaming, it's a snap. And I don't know. I don't think they did their marketing.
I don't think so. Unless it's a business decision, like, are they selling it off or something, that part off or something? That's the only thing I can think of.
Maybe they are. And doesn't Quickster have a slang meaning of quick sex or something like that?
It does?
I think it does. I think a Quickster means
Urban Dictionary.
Up a girl and got her right in the sack or something.
Oh, I gotta check it out.
Well, I thought there was rumors
when I heard they calling their company Quickster. Rapidly screw the customer.
Yeah, I thought I heard last fall that they were going to try to shut down their DVD department altogether. So maybe they're spinning it off so they can shut it down and/or sell it.
Yeah, I would expect they can see that market just going down, not going up.
Well,
now,
I live in a kind of rural area,
they
and
say,
it gets used a lot, the DVD does, but what about the post office? That's a big effect on them.
True.
I agree.
There's all kinds of issues.
Especially if they're going to 5 days, the post office, that's really going to hurt their business. But there's one thing I don't know if you guys are thinking about. They did mention that they're going to video games, which Blockbuster has done that, but they're very poorly executed, because I was on Blockbuster before, and I would have to wait 2 or 3 weeks before I got a video game. I'm on GameFly right now, so I thought, well, if Netflix is going to bring video games, I know there's some of us gamers out there, I would actually be for this. I know I don't quite like it. It's maybe not all free software and open source, but that's something new that they are going to bring to Quickster. They can just let the DVD department do all by itself.
I'm staying with them because of that reason.
Didn't they say about 2 months ago that they were working on a Linux version, though, and that it would be out first of the year, a little after? I thought that was out there, but I wouldn't hold my breath about that. But so I guess if you keep calling and keep calling, maybe it'll be faster.
Well, look how long it took them to get Android. They started out a little here, a little there, and all of a sudden, boom, you got everything. Maybe they need to do that with Linux.
Yeah, that's how they'll start with.
Like a beta.
Yeah, they'll start with Ubuntu, probably. Maybe Fedora, and then it'll branch out.
Interesting. It's just an interesting subject. I mean, we don't have to necessarily totally delve into it on this show, but I mean, it is. Well, you know what? It is, because it's not on Linux, so there's a problem there.
Yeah, just bottom line. Even if you don't use Linux, it's good to have it on more platforms. If I see an application that's only on Linux, I get a little discouraged, because I know there's only this group of people that can use it. So I say everybody spam their phone network and just call them.
Definitely. See what happens. Let's see if we can make a dent in their little warped minds over there.
Absolutely.
Oh, it seems warped to me. Like, I don't even hate the decision. I just think it's weird. I just think it's strange. I wouldn't have made that as a CEO. But anyway, I don't see anything also, Russ, on I Googled Quickster. Nothing came up, but I'll keep my eye open for that. Oh, wait, no, it is. It's this. Oh, my gosh. They are the dumbest. It's this in the Urban Dictionary, second listing. If you spell it with Quickster, it's exactly what Russ said. So that's almost as bad as the Android game you brought. That one.
Right.
Yeah.
So they spelled it different, but it's
Steve.
pronounced the same.
Yes, exactly. But still, It's not a very smart decision. All right. Well, let's get into the meat of the show here. Dor, what did you want to go over? And like, I guess we're going to be doing some major OLF stuff, but I'll let you lead the show.
Okay. Well, I mean, the main reason I wanted to have other people on and I didn't want to give my own opinion on everything was I'm just one person. I only saw out of my own eyes things that I saw. I only experienced things that I could experience. I wanted to make sure different viewpoints were spoken on, and different people's opinions of what happened was also spoken on. So, I really did contact like 7 people and ask them if they wanted to be on, and these are the only guys that answered me. So thank you guys.
Yes, thank you guys. And my Skype thanks you.
And now, just first off, we just say how far that we all came. I came about 7.5 hours away from the Baltimore, Maryland area. Google Maps saved me, made it quick, painless, and easy. Not a lot of traffic. So I was pretty happy about my trip.
Okay. Pick one of the guys who you want to go, Dor.
Well, how about Russ?
Okay, it was 10 hours for me on the way out. Very light traffic. No trouble going out. We did stop at the Cabela's in Wheeling, West Virginia. That spent about a half hour there. And then a few other stops on the way, quick stops. So,
did you guys hear that?
Yeah, that was loud.
That was
loud.
Really, really close. And the lightning struck. It almost hurt my eyes to look out the window. All right, sorry. I don't know why Tampa does not like the Ohio Linux Fest. Maybe they're jealous, but keep going on it, Russ. We're listening.
Well, is that all you wanted to know? How far we came? I came from the Philadelphia area, and you can make it in less time. We made it home in basically 8 hours. So we only made like 3 quick stops, and we had lunch with us, so we didn't even have to stop for lunch.
Right. And you brought your dad, Russ?
Yeah, well, my dad brought me, actually. He likes to drive. His pickup truck has so many such low miles on it that he offers to drive, and I'm like, fine, happy. He loves to drive, so I pay all the tolls. We split the gas. We split everything down the middle, but I pay all the tolls since he does all the driving, which is like $36 in tolls for us.
Gotcha.
Awesome.
Yeah. How about you, Jeff?
Well, it was just over 2 hours for me. Ellis picked me up. It was just like 2 hours and 15 minutes. So easy drive for me.
It's not too bad. What?
Yes, I did all the driving.
I paid all the bills for the hotel.
It was a good trade-off, right, Ellis?
Yeah. I mean, I drove 2.5 hours and from Indianapolis, and I picked him up, and then we drove another about 2.5 to 2:45, and then we arrived Thursday night about the same time Red Dwarf from Linux Basics was arriving, but we didn't know he was Red Dwarf at the time.
Really?
So,
We saw him with his Podnutz hat on.
Later on. Yeah, we saw his Podnutz hat. We know, well, he's got to be another member, but we were still kind of like, well, we don't know who else is coming because we hadn't heard anything from Dor. That won't be till the next morning. So it was all good.
Typical Dor. No, I'm just kidding. I thought it's funny though that Jeff says, "Oh yeah, Ellis picked me up." He picked you up after you drove 2.5 hours on your own. Yeah,
Yes.
that's not too bad for 5 hours total. Yeah, that would hurt me. I'm not a long driver.
He's got a Lincoln. He can drive me.
That's a nice, comfortable ride.
Yeah, I do.
Very cool.
Well, yeah, then bringing up the rear.
This image.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, then bringing up the rear, Tracy, dare I ask how much you drove?
Oh, boy.
It was Dallas area, about 18 hours each way.
Dallas?
Yeah.
Wow.
See, I don't mind driving. I'm originally from North Dakota, so I drive back every summer, and it's about the same. So the first both days I did about 12 hours. And then the second day was pretty short. First day I stopped just outside of Nashville. Coming back, I stopped at Little Rock.
It's good you stopped. That's a long drive without some 5-hour energy drink action.
Yeah, I used to drive straight like that, but I'm old. So I can't anymore.
Wow.
So, but just loaded up podcast and I got a bunch of Louis L'Amour audiobooks, so I was just jamming on them going down the road. One thing we did try out, and I really liked it, TeamSpeak on Android. And what I used of it, I liked it. It crashed every now and then, my phone, but what I used, it was kind of a fun experience.
Yeah, well, they just put that on the Android, didn't they? Where you could actually talk with voice for
It was
TeamSpeak?
Mumble, actually.
Oh, Mumble. I apologize. I'm sorry. You're right.
Okay.
Mumble.
Cool. Awesome, guys.
Yeah.
Now,
So I mean, huh?
didn't you have a didn't you ride with someone? Did you have a ride with anybody?
Well, yeah, I went south of
You
Baltimore,
had some
Maryland.
interesting stories that you. Yes.
Well, I picked up a guy south of Baltimore, Maryland, named Neo Dragon from the Linux Basic side, and he ran a distro called Gentoo, which by the time I got to OLF, I understood a lot more about Gentoo than I ever imagined.
And you would have had just enough time to compile it.
Right. Well, yeah, that's the thing, Steve. If you want to run Firefox, you got to download source files and compile it, which on a modern computer could take like 2 hours. So it's not really, I would say, a fan favorite distribution.
I understand.
I'll just say that.
Wow.
So yeah, and so you can come from near or far. I mean, don't think just because you live, 5-6 hours away, that's too far. Many, 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 many people there came much further.
Awesome.
And all the Gentoo people out there, send your hate mail to door-to-door-geek at.
Right.
Sure, there's one or two.
I get enough email, it'll just blend in. Then we kind of mentioned hotels. I know a lot of people think, well, it's a hotel, I'll just go there, sleep, wake up, and I'm going to go out the door. But I found hotel was, be honest, a very key choice when it comes to OLF. I'm not sure about other fest. All you guys stayed in the Drury, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I had a big, sexy Dave Yates with me.
That's right. Can you guys tell us about the Drury and why, in my eyes, hotel is a very important choice when it comes to OLF?
3 free drinks and free dinner. Every night.
Free Wi-Fi and a hardwired internet, both in your room. Can't beat it. Parking
We were a little late
in the
getting signed
hotel.
But we ended up with a suite, and it was only like $10 more than somebody else paid for a room a night.
And then mine had 2 power strips in it too, which was kind of nice.
Yours also Yours also had a case of home brewed beer in it.
It did at the beginning.
Yeah, and I'll say, and they also had free breakfast, or at least some type of breakfast, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Very
hot
good.
breakfast.
Biscuits and gravy. That's why I didn't do the Nutrisystem when I was there.
Smart move.
Yeah, and I'll say I stayed at the Hyatt, high-end hotel, right? No, I had no breakfast, I had no lunch, I had no dinner, I had no drinks, my parking was a block and a half away. They wanted me to pay $10 a night for wireless B internet.
Wow. B.
B.
They still make B?
Evidently.
They still have B.
Yeah, they still have it. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. It's amazing.
It was quite humbling when I heard what other people had, because here's the thing. You get the Drury, you're going to save a lot of money on your trip in comparison. That's what my lodge is going to be for next year. If I don't have to buy breakfast and I don't have to buy a dinner, and I can go there and at least get something to eat to like minimize how much I have to spend when I'm going out to eat kind of thing.